Okay, attacks for mount. All right, we did on Monday, we did a cross choke. Okay, very basic choke, but shows you guys kind of a different way to do it to make it a little more successful. We're doing the same thing today with the Ezekiel choke. Another foundational, simple choke for mount, which often is easy to beat because people see it coming a mile away. So there's some things you can do to make it a little more successful and make it a little harder for them to see it coming. So he's laying down. I've now mounted him. However, I got here. He made a bunch of mistakes. I'm winning the fight. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so the Ezekiel, right, is basically this grip here where you grab inside your cuff, under the head, okay? You want to try to get all your knuckles in. You don't want to have just like a couple fingers or even the fingertips because there's a lot of twisting involved in this, and it's really easy to injure your fingers, especially if they're fighting out of it and spazzing out. So you want to try to get your knuckles all the way in there if possible. I mean, get the move, but you want to try to have your knuckles in there as much as you can. And then once you get your knuckles in there, you're going around the front of the throat, and you're making kind of like a scissoring motion. Okay, so that's the basic premise of it. All right. This move is best done when they're not up here defending their neck, okay? If they're up here defending the neck, then obviously it's gonna be real hard for me to bring my forearm down in front of their throat, all right? So a good time to do this move is maybe I've got, great finding and he's down here trying to get my hips off, or if he's got his arms here, maybe I can pull him down and trap him under my belly, something like that, okay? That's when you wanna try to hit this move. When their hands are down here, maybe he's pushing on my hips, maybe his arms are trapped, whatever, okay? I'm gonna be riding him like this, arm under the head. This is already a pretty decent riding position. Some people like to ride the mount position like this where they scoop the head, okay? Key about this though, I gotta have an outrigger, okay? You all right? Yeah, catch your breath. Let me get you, Keith. Or James, what do you do? So anytime I have the head scooped, I'm open to be rolled that way, right? You can trap my arm, just roll me over. And there I go, okay. So it's important to have an outrigger anytime you're doing this ride, all right? So we're here, outrigger. Okay, now if he tries to roll me, I got physics on my side, it's gonna be real hard, okay? I've got this counterbalance. He can't roll me into my arm. If he tries to roll me away from my arm, I've got this big long lever out here. Counterbalance, okay? So if you set up the sneaky Ezekiel, all right, that's what we'll call this. Video guy over here, where's the video? Can you see, come around over here? So I'm gonna put my head to the mat, okay? That's gonna hide what I'm doing. I also, when I'm here, to make it harder for him to roll, I wanna push my shoulder in, okay? Turn his head this way, it's gonna make it hard for him to roll that way, okay? He's gonna have to like break his own neck. You can't roll one way if your head's facing the other way. So these are two ways to make it harder for him to roll. So I'm gonna have my head here and my outrigger, okay? Once I get to here and I have, let's say he's got his arms either trapped down under or he's working on my hips, either way, his arms need to be out of the way, okay? I'm here, I'm gonna bring my arm in, I'm gonna grab 4 fingers into my cuff. I'm keeping my head here so he can't see what I'm doing, right? I'm using my head to block his vision, all right? Once I get this grip, if he saw me getting this grip, he would know what was up and he'd immediately bring his arms up, yeah? But got my head here so he can't see me get the grip, okay? Now, I'm gonna bring my hand to my ear, and then whenever I'm ready to strike, okay, I'm gonna turn my head back into him. So theoretically, his head should be this way because of my shoulder pressure. I'm gonna turn my head, which is gonna give me access to his throat, and then I come up here, okay? Another key about this lock is a lot of people think it's you scissoring on their Adam's apple, which hurts and may cause a tap, but you're not blocking the carotids, right? So once I get to here and I get to here, I'm actually gonna shift the lock over to here, okay? Now I've got one carotid blocked by this grip, and this hand blocks the other carotid, okay? Then it should be a double carotid block. Okay, it's still hitting your Adam's apple a little bit, but it's getting both sides of the carotid, right? And that's what we want. And then it's that scissoring motion there, or I can lean forward and use my body weight on it. Either way, okay? If you're a strong guy and he's not defending, you can just come here, or I can lean forward here and use my whole body, get my body weight into it, okay? So again, we're here. Maybe he's got his arms crossed and I'm gonna hide him. Put my belly on him, scoop the head, arm out here, head posted, okay? Give it a second for him to, spaz out. Hey, oh crap, this isn't good. We bring my arm in, keeping my head here so he can't see it. 4 fingers in the sleeve, okay? Now I'm gonna use my head to turn his head. Slide that in there, shift the lock over, okay? And if I wanna come off the side a little bit to give me a little easier access to it, I can. And then it's just scissoring down, yeah, okay? And you should be feeling it here and across here, okay? Cool thing about Ezekiel's is once you learn this movement, you can do them front, back, side to side. You can do them all over the place. You can hit those a lot, okay? One more time, we'll do on the other side. So we're here, I bury the arms, scoop the head, post my head outrigger. Okay, I should be turning his head this way, right, with my shoulder. Now I'm gonna bring my arm in sneakily, grab 4 fingers inside the sleeve, turn his head with my head, bring the arm in front of the throat, scoot it over. Okay, I can bring my knee up a little bit to get a better angle on it, and then scissoring for the choke. Okay? Any questions?
You sink this all the way in, and you sink that all the way in, right? Like
Correct.
all the way deep?
Yep.
Okay.
And shifting the grip is important, like I was saying. A lot of people get to here, and they try to do it, and look where my arm is. On his Adam's apple, there's no pressure on this carotid. All right? I want to shift the lock over to here. Now I've got carotid, and the carotid on the other side is my fingers in the sleeve. And then the scissor gets carotid and carotid. Makes a nice little triangle. Okay? You want to see it?
So the choke is between this and this.
Correct. You're here. Easy. You're here. Quick and easy. Ezekiel's, you can do them from the back, the front. They're pretty cool. All right?
Roll you can stick with it.
Yep. Yeah, and that's another thing. Good point, Coach Keith. So we get to here, I get to here. If I get this locked in, I don't care if I get rolled. He's going out either way. Okay? All right? At that point, doesn't matter that I don't have an outrigger. Doesn't matter that he can roll me. I've already gotten him for the kill, and he's dead. Okay? All right? Partner up 5 times each side. 1, 2, 3.